Well, we've been developing this game for over 3 years. We basically wanted to make a game based on the original Alien film. So I think our biggest inspiration has come from that. You know, no one's ever made a game where it's just been you underpowered against a single alien, and the fact that that is there is absolutely terrifying. So that's always been our biggest focus. I mean, our team are huge survival horror gamers and massive fans of the film, so I'm sure there's been influence from other video games in there, but I think mostly it's just that first film. So a lot of it is just about being underpowered against a creature. I mean, our first premise was, you know, if you and I were stuck in a location and we didn't have any weapons and this creature was there, you know, what would we do? It's like, well, first we're very scared, and then we'd try and figure out ways to survive, and it's just putting together what you can find from the environment. And a lot of the time it's just having something in your hand to feel like you can defend yourself rather than it actually having an effect, you know. And then when we paired that with the kind of deep alien AI we've got, it was like, right, okay, we've got quite a strong theme here of being underpowered against this thing that's incredibly terrifying. And the fact that you can just about survive by using everything you've got was like, you know, that's where the kind of the theme of survival came from that in that. But yeah, it's just with the whole idea of Amanda Ripley being Ellen Ripley's daughter, being in the same situation that her mother was in, you know, alone with a single alien, it was like, yeah, it kind of fit really, really well. I think the scariest situation I've witnessed was one of our guys was playing the game, and he crept very, very carefully around a human that was walking around looking for him. And he managed to get inside a locker, and the human heard him. And the human said, "Oh, all right, get out of there," and aimed a gun at the locker. And he was like, "No, no, 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 no." And the shout was enough to bring the alien down, and the alien just killed the human right in front of him. And then the alien disappeared up into the ceiling, and I just saw the guy go, and he just opens the door, and there's just blood everywhere, and there's dead human. And it's like, yeah, it just sometimes seeing it happen to someone else is more terrifying. I'm really glad to see people are making those sorts of games, because I love playing those sorts of games. There's a game at the moment called Routine that's coming out soon, and I really like the look of that. And there's another game called A Monstrum, which is like a procedurally generated world that this guy's doing. And I'm like, stuff like that I find really, really interesting. And it's, you know, we haven't had many games like that, and especially in the AAA space as well. So anyone who wants to kind of explore that sort of game is, I'm fully behind. So I think it's a really good thing. You weren't going to open the door and find a big laser weapon that is going to, you know, cut a hole in the wall and shoot the alien and kill it. It was like, no, you can open there, you can maybe find, you know, a pack of cigarettes and a stick or something, you know. So the whole idea that the environment itself is unforgiving and it doesn't help you, and that's kind of backed up by this big strong industrial feel to everything, and, you know, nicotine stains on the walls and all the kind of sharp edges to everything, and it feeling dated, you know. It's like being on an oil rig. It feels dangerous and you're not sure where you can walk. So that kind of unforgiving environment with the unforgiving alien really, really goes well together. So the humans on a station, we wanted to make it, again, it's all about making it feel real. If you went aboard a station with, you know, 500 people on it and never saw anyone, it's like, well, where are everyone? The same thing, it would be very, very strange if everybody was trying to kill you. So it was like, well, you know, we wanted to make it so that all of the humans on the station feel like they're believable. So some are aggressive and they're trying to survive, others are just trying to get away. And, you know, you as a player have to adapt to that. We didn't want to make a game where you could just go and kill all the humans for fun and be slaughtering civilians, because that's not what, you know, Amanda Ripley does at all. So you can actually play the game from start to finish without killing a single human. But when you approach a group of humans, your first worry is they're going to make noise and that's going to bring the alien down. So that's your kind of relationship to those. On top of that, we have the synthetics on the station. Now they are a kind of rudimentary sort of android that have been designed by this company called SEGA. And the idea is that they don't want them to look human, they want you to be able to identify them and know that they're robots. So they've got this slogan that says, you always know a working Joe. And when you see them, they've got, you know, glowing eyes and they look very plastic, and you're like, okay, that's cool. They follow very set routines and they do their job. But if you cross the line, or you attack them, or you hack a system or do something you're not, that's when they turn aggressive, and that's when it gets interesting. Alien Isolation is released on the 7th of October on Xbox 360 and Xbox One, PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 3, and PC. And we've also announced today, actually, on the shop floor, we have a prototype version for Oculus Rift, which is terrifying.